Hello there, it's Siobhan here, the galloping housewife, on my way out to the yard again. It is Tuesday, didn't go out yesterday, just Monday, and also that it's in fact I kind of got ready to go out, and then a couple of delivery drivers arrived in bits and pieces, and then it was like all of a sudden it was like 2:30, and which means I don't get to the yard until 3 or a bit after, by the time I fucking get there. And then my yard owners are wanting to put the horses out so that they can go to, want to feed. And so I feel like I'm under real time pressure to get everything done, which is something that is actually causing me a little bit of angst, and something that I'm going to have to take on board and figure out whether it's, again, it's just part of that equation of what's going to happen with your yards. But it's also that, it's an hour in the car to get out there, to feel rushed, and to not really be able to spend the time that I want to with the horses, and it's just not worth it. So, and Mondays are normally busy for me, so I normally have a whole lot of admin work to do, and I got that done. So it wasn't a bad day, but it's just like wasn't really worth going out for in the afternoon, and that's a bit of a problem. That is a problem for me. So anyway, today I'm actually at the stage now with my work and my business, in that I am kind of ahead of the game a little bit. I have got everything that I need to get done, and things. So I've got my programs all written and ready to go out. I've got, all my advertising's on time, it's happening, and there's not this pressure to do more. Obviously, I've got the book being written, and so that is something that it's constant, but I'm getting enough of that done that I don't feel that I'm overdue for anything. I'm not up against a deadline for anything, and so therefore I really should be able to stop work on time and step away from that desk, and on time for me is pretty much midday. I get to my desk at 6 in the morning, and I work reasonably steadily through till about midday, 6-hour day, and that's a lot. And in fact, I probably should be doing less. Probably should be able to step away at 11, but and so I have put in a little bit of mission for myself this week, is to try and get into that habit of actually stepping away at 11 or at midday, and and heading out to the horses now. So it's 12:24, so I have finished work, I've put my lunch and stuff together, and I'm now on my way out to the yard. So we have day one ticked off, which is just amazing. So what I'm doing with the horses, going out there, just going to school match as usual. I really need to get him out and about, and I need to figure out how to make that happen, because I'm bored with him being in the arena, so I'm going to have to do something about that. And he's bored. He doesn't need to. It's the last thing he needs is to just get used to just being ridden in an arena. So I need to do something with that. But that's what I'm doing today, and I'm actually going to bath him because he's a bit manky. Bath him, and then I'm going to just ride Percy. I will probably put up a jump, I'll put a little gymnastic up for him, and because he's going out to the beach tomorrow to go for a gallop, so I'll just do a little gymnastic exercise with him. So I won't ride him for long, but just ask some questions of him. So that's what I'm doing with them, and everything else in my life is going good. I rang my mother yesterday, which I haven't talked to her for a long time, and thank God for FaceTime, because she's in New Zealand, now the time's actually better to be able to chat with her, because morning we're 11 hours difference in this as opposed to 13 hours difference, and 11 hours difference means that a reasonable time in the morning here is a reasonable time in the evening there. When we are 13 hours difference, it means that a reasonable time in the evening here is a reasonable time in the morning here, and I find it difficult to make the time in the evening to call. I switch off in the evenings, and I find it really hard to do anything. I am introvert, and I've talked about being neurodivergent in the past. I find phone calls exceedingly hard to initiate, professionally and personally. I don't answer phone calls either, so I can do it in the morning. I'm a little bit more focused and a bit more sharp, and have a bit more motivation, so I can get that done in the morning. I really do find it difficult in the afternoon. So now that the timing is better, it's great. So I called Mum and had a chat with her, and she was like, I read what you're doing on Facebook. I don't put much on my personal Facebook page, but she reads the Galloping Housewife, and she sees the stuff that I put on my athlete page about what I'm up to with the horses. And she said, well, I really want to know what else is going on. And I was like, nothing. And it's like, yeah. And so we rang up and had a chat for half an hour, and she told me what she'd been up to. She's been off visiting and all the relatives and all the great grandkids and bits and bobs and all over the place. That was really cool to hear. But as far as my life, it's like at the moment it's work, writing, work, writing. I've talked to you about that before, so so it was like this. That's it. That's kind of like what's going on in my life. And it's good. It's fine. It is. We have seasons of our lives where we do different things, and right now, this is my season of my life, and it's like, and the season for me is to get the Galloping Housewife up and running. To really, to have it established as a business. I really want it to be my primary source of work, and my primary source of income, because I have to be able to pay my bills. So I want to get the Galloping Housewife established as a business, and so that's my primary focus. Other things, obviously, and because we're Galloping Housewives, because we nothing is in isolation, we don't have that sort of ability to to drop everything else that's going on in our lives. I also have two young adults, teenagers, young adults that need supporting as they make their way into the world. I have my other business to maintain, and it's the one that pays, it's at the moment paying the bills. I have my husband to support with his interests and what he wants to do with his life. I have my social life to sort of keep going with, and we've got a wedding to go to and a festival to go to and a few other things. I have my horses. I want to get Mitch up and going. I'd quite like to get him out to like baby shows. I don't want him to go to any real shows this season, but just get him out and about and training through. And Percy, I'm going to make the move up to 90 centimeters on him shortly. So this is that's I've got all those other things that I'm going on. So while I talk about the season of my life being getting the Galloping Housewife established, I've got enough going on with all the other plates that, and I talk about it in one of the courses about just keeping things on the simmer. It's like when you're cooking, you're not actively doing every single dish all the time, and you can't do that, and you have some that you simmer or some that you set aside, while you concentrate on a single aspect, a single dish for the of a meal. So you don't and that's what you have to do. You have to focus on that. So for me, the focus is on the Galloping Housewife as a business, and everything else is either on simmer, on autopilot, on or being set aside. That's just how life is. And so being set aside to rest. It's just and that's just a Galloping Housewife life. So the fact that I've got not a lot else going on, it's not bad. It's not a problem. It's just the season of my life. It's just where I'm at the moment. This is the dish that I'm concentrating on. Right, that's me for now. And I am. I'm heading out. Actually, I'll be heading out to the yard even earlier tomorrow because I'm going to get some photos taken on the beach with Percy, and so I need to get him cleanish and organised. And that's pretty much it. Boring as passion, but it's a good life. All right, I will catch you tomorrow then. Bye now.